YouTube, what's going on, guys? Today is going to be a big tier list. Shout out ShowZone again. ShowZone.gg, baby. Their services are great for MLB the Show. Nerds like myself, man. Enthusiasts, we could say. We're going to rank every non-TA All-Star Week card. Bear with me. It's going to be a little bit all over the place because some of these cards are just not the same overalls, so they're not going to hit the same. But I will try and factor in to their tier, to their rating, value at the price, and for the overall. We'll make it kind of work. But you guys are obviously going to understand that S tier and A tier can be filled more 99s than others. So we'll start off. Teoscar Hernandez, 99. I'm not going to get into the ratings of these cards too much unless I really need to because it's so many. And you guys can check it out if you need to on the app or in the game or on ShowZone. So Teo's fantastic hitting, at below average in left. So because of that, he's pretty much a DH, and that's going to hurt him a little bit. It's going to hurt him a little bit. And he's a little pricey. So for that reason, I'm going to put him in, I think B tier. Because left field's important. Every outfield position is important. And he's got a great swing, but because he's a DH and he's so pricey for a DH when there are free cards out there that are 5-tool, I don't think he's got even A tier value, even though he's so hyper offensive. Jarren Duran, first S tier. Extremely well-rounded, fits lefty team and Corbin Carroll team. Incredible base stats on his own. Defender, just an elite defender, elite base stealer. Great swing, can't argue with this card. And the fact that you can get, I guess you can get Teo for free with that pack at the end of the program, where you get one guaranteed rare round from one of the three, either draft, home run derby, or all-star game packs. I think you'd be pretty crazy to not go with Duran or Travis Bazzana, but to each his own. Maybe you already have him. Maybe you got lucky. I only pulled, out of the 4 free packs that I got, I got 2 cheap discount, 2 free, 4 total packs. I think it was 2 home run derby packs and 2 draft day packs. All I know is I pulled the base round every single time except for one. I got the mid round, and I got Trey Turner. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Tatis. I mean, do we even gotta answer this question? S tier. Elite defender, plays a ton of positions and has an incredible swing. And on Corbin Carroll, he's literally God. So there's that. Bobby Witt. I'm going to go with A tier because he's just a weak defender. He's a high A tier, though, because if you put him at third base, he's going to be fine, especially on Carroll team, where you get a little bit of a reaction boost. But elite bat, great runner. But home run derby cards, they did the best they could. They really did. They really did the best that they could. But when you have to make it low fielding, it's tough. They're not going to compete with all-star game MVPs. It's going to be tough to make that happen. But either way, A tier, very good card. If you're using that card, no questions. No doubts. Travis Bazzana, S tier, arguably the best card in the entire week because he plays everywhere and really well. He's even, I think Caps told me, Caps29, shout out to my man, that at P2 or 3, he's even a silver at first base out of position, and he didn't make any errors in his event runs, he said. So keep that in mind. And a great swing. So he's a little bit above Durant for that because of positional utility. Aaron Judge, B tier. Really good bat. Finally, a Judge as well-rounded offensively and not terrible defensively, but I used him in a little bit in a co-op game. He's really slow out there in the outfield, man. Low reaction with low speed is tough. So he's pretty much a DH. You can hide him in left field or right field if you have a really elite outfield in other positions. But I think if he was a primary right fielder, it would have been a lot better. So you don't have to get a penalty in a secondary, but he's just not a center fielder, man. If Jim Edmonds ain't gonna fly in center field, Aaron Judge ain't gonna fly in center field, man. We know how that is. Juan Soto, A tier card with Bobby Witt. Again, really great bat, surprisingly good fielder with a solid arm. He's just slow. So that takes away from him. He's a 4-tool guy at best. So he's there with Bobby Witt. Really good card, though, but not S tier. Shohei Ohtani, I'm going to go with A tier as well because he can't really play the field or pitch, but he's an elite bat, especially on Carroll and lefty team combined. Nuts. He's currently my DH right now if I had to have a God squad. But because of that, he's missing a tool. I'll have him at A tier. But actually, he's very valuable because he could steal pretty much any base he wants. He's gigantic and runs mad fast, so he has an advantage in that front. So definitely a high A tier. I give him a little bit above Bobby, I think, personally. Every quirk in the world, too. Alec Bohm. I actually kind of like this Alec Bohm. This is where it's going to get kind of dicey. You know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to rank all the 99s first, and then we'll add these guys later. So we'll finish doing the 99s just because it makes sense. Skeens, B tier. Not a bad pitcher, but I think his other card is much better. Because the other card is outlier fastball with a sinker And this guy, the new one, doesn't have a sinker. He has outlier 1 and 2, 4-seam, and a splitter, which is fun, but no arm side run, and his slider's pretty terrible. So I think the other card's just better. Apparently he tips pitches. I haven't seen it. I faced him, but he's gotten rocks for me when I've used him, and I lit him up when I saw him. The other skins has a little bit more weapons to him. Still, as far as free cards go, he's not bad. He's definitely good. B is good, right? Good, great, elite. It's kind of how it is. So not a horrible pitcher. If you use him, I don't blame you, but I don't think he's as good as he could be. 99 Chris Sale. I'm going to go with A tier. He's missing a 5th pitch, and I think if he had a hard slider, it'd be a lot better. But incredible control and break on all of his pitches, and fits lefty team. Really solid. As free options go, very good. A lot of people can't hit Chris Sale. Very hard to hit lefty-lefty. So give him a 99 for that. Give him an A tier for that 99. Next 99, Emmanuel Clase. I'm going to give him a C tier. I'm not a fan. I don't think he's very hard to hit. He has nothing to get lefties out. I think Camilo Doval does everything Clase does, but a little bit better. I know Clase has that crazy control rating, but for some reason Doval has the same thing. And Doval has the nastiest sinker that I think I've seen in this game. It moves left and right. If you're pitching, if you're in his direction facing home, it goes to the left and then back over the right every time. It is incredibly crazy to try and line up. I hate hitting against him, even with a handedness advantage. That covers all the 99s, I believe, that we've gotten. I don't think I'm missing anybody so far. We got the Home Run Derby winner, runner-up. We got the All-Star Game MVP. We got the 99s from collections. Yeah, all right, I think we're good there. So we can move on now. We'll move on to, I guess, 98s. Charlie Condon. I think C tier. He's like all right, but you know, I'll give him. No, I'm gonna give him C tier. He plays a very loaded position. Oh, he plays third base pretty well. Yeah, he's not very... Let me see the card. This is where I'm going to actually check the stats a little bit here. I just want to run over. Okay, so he's got 101 contact versus left, 100 versus right, 115, 111 power, 81 vision, clutch is 104, fielding 79, arm, and he's meh. Yeah, only plays first and third. He's just pretty mid. He's not bad. I think he's okay. That's C tier is okay for me. I don't want to go mid because mid sounds like it's like... mid sounds like below average. Mid sounds like it makes being... okay a bad thing, so we're gonna go with okay on this. He just doesn't do anything special, and I'm not a huge fan of his swing. People tell me it's like Mark Canha's, but it doesn't feel like it to me. He's just kind of tall, so he's not a bad card, but I think he's one of the weaker ones. Jack Haggs, I'm gonna go with B tier. He's not particularly great at the plate. He's good at the plate, and he's good on the mound now that they fixed his windup a little bit, but not really great. He's you know, jack of a few trades, master of none. I think if he was an pun there, by the way, with the name. Didn't mean to do that. If he was a 99, he'd be a lot better. He'd be a lot better. On to other 98s. Let me see what we got here. There wasn't that many. 98's a weird number to see. All right. Chase Burns. I'm going to go C tier. Burns does have outlier, but he throws... let's see. He throws 4-seam slider, curve, changeup. Yeah, the Joe Random mix is going to be the killer. It's nice he has a hard slider, and his pitch breaks are pretty good. Fastball got run on it, but you know how it is, guys. Stats are pretty good, but low control, no meta pitches, C tier. Sorry, Chase Burns. Might be one of those guys who, unless he gets another pitch, he's going to be nasty in real life, but maybe not in the game. On to 97s. I believe that was the last 98. We're going by like overalls, guys, because like it just makes more sense that way. 97 Bohm. I'm actually a pretty big fan of this card. Because value matters. Value matters. I'm going to go with B. He does rake. If we take a journey with me to his attributes real quick, he's got 101, 103 contacts with 120 powers and 101 vision. And fielding's only a 60, but reaction's a 67 at a position like that. So I kind of like... Bohm's got a good swing. Very solid for the... Very cheap card. I mean, I don't know what his... Can we see what his price is on the market? Fitz-Devers team, we know this. Actually, that price is not crazy favorable. I'll go C tier, actually. I kind of like him, but I'll go C tier. This list is not going to make sense if you look at it and without knowing what my explanation is. So, Christian Moore, he just missed being a god. Christian Moore is just a little too slow to fit Corbin, but 101, 96 contacts, 103, 101 power, or 100 power with 101, or with 91 vision, excuse me, I can't read. 99 clutch, 82 fielding, 82 speed. He's like just good, but if he was a little 3-speed faster, he'd be on Corbin team and he'd be out of this world. So because of that, and that matters. I know it's without a captain, you know, we should try to view the cards that way, but it matters because they're everywhere. They're everywhere. So because of that, he's going to go to, I think, D tier. Just doesn't really do anything particularly well. J-Ram, A tier. Really good hitting stats, especially on the switch hitter team, and his defense is good enough to make it work. That swing plus that power, A tier. For the value you get, you know, he's priced at, it's not too bad for a J-Ram, and people love him. He's very popular, so for a good reason. Trey Turner, same deal. Really good defense too. Contact hitter on Corbin team, and without Corbin, just against righties. Still really solid. It's Trey, man. It's Trey, bro. Connor Griffin, this might surprise people, but I'm going to go B tier because he does fit Corbin team, and he's a righty hitter. I believe, let me see, where is he at? Right, yeah, he's a Corbin team. He's a Corbin guy who has elite defense and is a righty hitter with 99-90 contacts and 102-90 power. With the 69 vision's tough, but on Corbin team you get that 15 contacts, 10 vision, and you get the reaction boost. So he makes him an incredibly good outfielder with solid numbers. Very underrated, so I give him a B tier for that. He gets elevated big time. Theo Gillen, another B tier guy. He is a lefty hitter, righty thrower. So nice to have that guy for if you're trying to make Corbin and Kershaw work. And pretty good spreads on his card too with a solid swing. So I like that guy. Santander, A tier. Elite DH and first baseman, rakes. Don't have to explain Santander. JJ Weatherholt. I give him a tier card. I'll give him B tier. B tier, but high B. I'll give him better than these guys. I think honestly better than Kags. Especially on Corbin and lefty team. I know it's crazy, but it matters. It's one of the best teams, if not the best team in the game right now overall for what it does, and he's got a really good swing, so I like his swing. Riley Green, didn't rank him. I think comparatively, F tier. Just 78 contact versus left is not going to do it for me, brother, with 63 vision, and he's a decent defender, but he's kind of slow. So, yeah, I think F tier. He's just not really a great card. I don't think you're going to see anyone rock with him other than Tiger fans. Gunnar Henderson, his other card is just so much better. He's just way too niche. He's only good in the box versus a righty, maybe. But Bryce Rayner just missed Carroll team, and he would have been one of the best cards on that team. I remember this. So for that, he's going to go to D tier. Not a lot of use. Adolis Garcia, F tier. Doesn't really do anything really well. Bryce, kind of mid. Gonna go with that. This Bryce Harper, 100, 104 contacts, 86, 106 power, 62 vision. That's kind of the killer for me. Max clutch though. Fielding is pretty solid. Speed's kind of low. Yeah, I think the vision and the power versus left's a little bit of a killer. If you like Bryce though, he'll do it for you. But I think he's a C tier card. For what we've seen with Bryce and what we have now, there's just way better options. Carson Bench. We'll go through these guys kind of quick. I like Carson, Mets guy, but no. Dakota Jordan, D tier. Nicholas. He had a 5-for-5 day with 3 homers for me. I will give him C tier though, because he plays a pretty loaded position. And I did use him on the lefty team, which gave him a massive boost. But overall, not too terrible, but at a position that's really stacked. Good defender, but that's pretty much just it, man. He could play right field, but not really well. Big Matt Olson type comp there, so C tier. You know, not terrible, but not particularly great. Just kind of there. I think, yeah, I'll put him there. Contacts are really way too low on this card. Vance Honeycutt. Seaver King. B tier. Really good value. Tommy White. Not particularly impressive. I'll go D tier. His swing's at... Actually, I'll go lower. I'll go D tier. His swings, I think, is butt cheeks, but that's just me. Caleb Lomovita. I don't know too much about him, but what I saw wasn't particularly impressive. I'll go D tier. These guys aren't really... These guys are used if you want to, you know, if you're a fan of the team. Tibbs. Cam Smith. These guys, D tier is like only good, like only usable in their niche. That's what that D tier kind of does for me. Or just massively just underwhelming at everything. So yeah, D tier is like, that's what that is. Like, I just think like for F tier, it's like these cards are just not really usable on their own, and they have to be put, even if you do surgery on a grape for these cards and try and make them work by stacking captains, they're still below average or way below other options. Like, basically, F tier is like if you stack them with captains and there's still a card that at base is better than them. Yeah, no. Marcell Ozuna, yeah. We just have other Ozunas. F tier, horrible defender. Not even a great DH, so no. Cash Mayfield, I think I give him a C. First team all neck like Kyle Tucker. Mid stats, but is a lefty, so if you use him with Kershaw, it buffs him a little bit, but I think he suffers from not having a fifth pitch or a lot of velo. Brody Brecht, this guy's interesting to me. I believe he has an outlier, a primary slider, and outlier fastball, outlier 2. For that, I'll give him a B tier. Hagen Smith, I give him B because he's a lefty, big, tall lefty, fits lefty boost. Pete Alonso, bro, just for your performance alone, bro. Out of here, bro. See ya. Ken, C tier, decent in a niche on the lefty team. Quirks does this guy have? No quirks? Four-seam slider. Oh, yeah, no, this guy's poo-poo. He has Joe Random mix. Sorry, brother. Kellen Lindsay. I don't really remember this guy too much, to be honest. Fitz Corbin, 98, 96, 90, 68. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give him D tier. His power's really low, but on Corbin, he's elite defender and solid contact bat, but I'll put him D tier for that. Only playable in a niche. Robert Suarez, B tier. B tier. Who got replaced? Why did he go over there? Okay, no one got replaced. So yeah, B tier because he's solid, but he kind of readable, man. Kind of readable and controls a little bit low, but solid arm. I have him in my pen. All right, so final list. Go over it. Only 3 S tier cards overall, which is interesting, but I think like collection value and all these things considered, it makes a lot of sense that way. And I saved it for the 5 tool guys. So Bazana, Jarren Duran, and Tatis, I think A tier, really high A tier. Shohei Ohtani, Bobby Witt. These guys are arguably S tier, so I'll give them that. Juan Soto, Chris Sale, J Ram, Trey Turner, Santander. Just a refresher. Remember, these guys are in the same tier as 99s because of their perceived value and swing power and other things considered too. Teo, B tier, the leader of the B tier. Judge, Skeens, JJ Weatherholt, Jack Kaggs, Connor Griffin, Theo Gillen, Seaver King, Brody Brecht, Hagen Smith, and Robert Suarez. C tier, only a couple mids. Colossae, Condom, Bohm, Harper, Nick, Cash Mayfield, and Cam Caminiti. D tier, filled with a bunch of guys, but they're not terrible. They're 95s. Look, that's not like, if it was ranking just these cards alone, it would be different. But to me, they're not really memorable, but they're nice to have if you run the team like a theme team for your favorite team, you know? F tier, Riley Green, because he was just a horrendous event reward personally. I don't know how he's a 96, probably positional carry because there's so many 95s from free TA drop. They were way better than him. Gunnar, Adolis, Vance Honeycutt, Marcel Ozuna, Pete Alonso, and Trey Savage. It's like a rap name for like a SoundCloud rapper. But overall, you know, if we'll take a quick zoom out on this, you know, the most is in D tier, but that's just it's hyper inflated from 95s. A ton in A, a lot in B, and 3 in S tier. A really good week for them, man. A really good week. This doesn't really seem very fair to have these in D tier, but it's a very relative scale. It's because these cards are so good, not because these cards are so bad. I want to make that very clear. This looks worse than it is. I promise you, these cards don't offend. Well, the only cards that really offend me here, you offend me, Arzuna offends me, Garcia is okay. It doesn't really offend me. He's just kind of ass. Gunnar a little offends me because his 99 was so good. Whatever that other card was, monthly awards, and Riley Green because they just refused to give him a good card. But yeah, really love the content. I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list. Let me know what you guys would change up and if you guys would do things a little bit differently. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.